Hey you guys, welcome to a new episode of Food and the Single Guy with me, your very own AMARU. On this episode of Food and the Single Guy, you guys, I'm gonna cook a very traditional soup from my country. In my country, in my native language, we call this soup Pinda soepoe or Pinda Bravoe. But for the purpose of this video, we're gonna call this soup peanut butter soup. Yeah, I can see your inner monologue and I can probably do it for you, but it is so good. So let's get started. I'm gonna run down all the ingredients by you and the preparation. So are you ready? Let's get cooking. You know what? On second thought, I'm just gonna post all the ingredients as well as the preparation in the video description box below this video. Now, the first thing we need to start with is the salted beef. Boil the salted beef in water to both tenderize as well as get rid of the excess salt. Then cut the beef in nice little dice like so. The salted beef adds a very nice flavor to your soup or any other recipe for that matter, and that is why it is such a popular ingredient in my country's kitchen. Okay, let's move on to the chicken. Marinate your chicken with some salt and pepper, and don't use any chicken breast, by the way, because you won't get a strong enough broth. The broth, by the way, is the base of your soup. So instead, use some wings, some drumsticks, some thighs, whatever. Any piece of chicken with a bone. And by the way, don't go overboard with the salt while marinating your chicken because the peanut butter itself already contains a lot of salt. So use just a pinch of salt to marinate your chicken with. In the meantime, bring a generous amount of water to a boil. Add the chicken cube, the onion, the garlic, the bay leaves, the cloves, and the allspice or pimento to the water and cook on high heat for about 7 minutes. After that, add the chicken and the tenderized salted beef and cook on medium heat for about 10 minutes with a regular stir. Now scoop the peanut butter out of the jar into a nice large bowl and add some of your delicious chicken broth to dissolve the peanut butter with. And make sure to end up with a mixture that is nice and creamy and that looks a little something like this. Looks good, huh? You know, some people just scoop the peanut butter out of the jar directly into the pot. That is not, and I do mean not, the proper way to do it. Okay? Okay, now add the dissolved peanut butter mixture back to your pot and cook for about 10 minutes on medium heat. Keep on stirring because you don't want the peanut butter to sink to the bottom and burn. Okay, this pepper is a very hot pepper and it's related to the habanero family. It gives a very nice flavor to your soup or recipes. Do not break it because it's going to make your food taste so hot. Okay, listen to me when I tell you these things. Don't break it. Just add it to the soup and let it sit there. It's not going to break unless you puncture it. It's going to give your soup a delicious flavor. Okay, at this point, your soup has been cooking for about 10 minutes on medium heat, right? Now turn down the heat and continue to cook the soup for about 15 to 20 minutes with an occasional stir. The soup is done once the meat starts to fall off of the bones of the chicken. And don't forget to garnish the soup with some parsley. Okay, and now for a little bit of a history lesson, because the origins of this soup can be traced back to Africa. This recipe is a very popular Afro-Caribbean dish, and like I said earlier, it is an absolute star in the black cuisine in my country. As you may well know, I live in Europe, and there are a lot of my fellow countrymen living in this country, and some of them have the audacity to add bean sprouts to this soup. Now, the origins of bean sprouts can be traced back to Asia. Let me tell you, it is complete and utter sacrilege to add bean sprouts to the soup. So don't do it and don't believe the pictures that you see posted everywhere on the internet. Now this soup can be served with rice, but traditionally this soup is served with some mashed green plantain dumplings such as this one. And doesn't that look yummy? If you want to know how to make these plantain dumplings, just drop me a line. It is very easy. Okay, you guys, if you decide to try this recipe, please do not use Jif, Skippy, or Peter Pan or a similar peanut butter to make this soup with because those peanut butters are way too sweet and they're gonna make your soup taste horrendous. Instead, go to a supermarket that sells tropical products and look for the salted peanut butter. Now, I gotta go because my dinner awaits. But if you do decide to try this recipe, let me know how it turned out and bon appetit. or as we say in my country, nyang sweetie.